Good day, storytellers. We're coming up on the fourth Sunday of Advent. On this film, you will see us tell all 6 stories: the 4 Sundays of Advent, the Christmas Day birth of Christ, and Epiphany. 6 altogether. We want to demonstrate for you how 2 storytellers can share the telling of these 6 stories as you unroll the scroll. It is our hope that by the last Sunday of the Christmas season, the children will have seen you tell the story, unfolding from the first Sunday of Advent all the way through Epiphany. Some important housekeeping points to consider. This will be the last training film available for you to watch until after Epiphany, so please refer to it to as many times as you need. At UPC, the 4th Sunday of Advent is the Angel Advent candle. This is unique to UPC's Godly Play curriculum. It is not in the Godly Play book, but can be found on the SharePoint site. And you will watch the storyteller tell it that way today. This Sunday, coming up, the 4th Sunday of Advent, many teachers will want to tell the Christmas Day story as well, because many of our children will not be returning to the class until after the new year. January 1st is Epiphany Sunday. That would be the day that we hope you could tell all 6 of the stories at once, at the same sitting. Let us begin. It is an important time. As we know, we see purple everywhere in our church. Purple is the color of royalty, of kings. A king is coming. The first Sunday of Advent is our Prophet Sunday, where we remember that there were many prophets before Christ was born to point to his birth coming, to remind us to watch out, to be ready, that something important was going to happen. The second Sunday of Advent is our Bethlehem candle. The prophets had pointed to something very important that would happen in Bethlehem. In the province of Judea and from the house of David. Our road leads up to Bethlehem. And on this road, at the time this very important thing was going to happen, many people were traveling. Including Mary and Joseph, because they needed to go to the town to pay their taxes. Mary was pregnant. She was ready to give birth to a child. The second Sunday of Advent, the Bethlehem candle. The third Sunday of Advent is our Shepherd's Sunday, our Shepherd's candle. Something is different about this candle. It is pink. Pink perhaps for joy, for celebration. Because it was the shepherds who were first told to go and see and celebrate the birth of this new king. They were out in their fields, dark at night, late at night, and the angels came upon them and said, "Great, glad news. A king has been born, a king that the prophets have promised us would be born in Bethlehem. You are the first to hear of it. Go and see and celebrate." The third Sunday of Advent, the shepherd's candle.
On the fourth Sunday of Advent, we remember the angel that came to talk to Joseph. Joseph was a very good man, but when he found out that Mary was pregnant, he did not want to marry her. So one night, while Joseph slept, an angel came to him and said, "Joseph, the baby that is inside Mary is the baby that Isaiah told us of, the baby that is full of promise. Isaiah said that there would be a baby born of a virgin who was conceived of the Holy Spirit. And this is the baby that Mary is going to have." When Joseph woke up the next morning, he did just as the angel said, and he went to Mary. Then he took her with him to Bethlehem, and this is where she had the baby. On the fourth Sunday of Advent, we remember the angel talk to Joseph. Look, we are at the mystery of Christmas. This is when everything changes and becomes the color of pure celebration. This is when the baby was born, the baby that we've been waiting for. Here is the Christ child, the mystery of Christmas. It was so amazing, but perhaps of all of the creatures that were amazed, the most amazed was the old cow. When she went to have her hay in the morning, there was a baby that had been laid in her manger on a soft cloth. All she could do there was stand there and look at the baby with her big brown eyes. Wait, there's something missing. This is the Christ candle, so that we can remember when the baby Jesus was born. I want to show you something mysterious. Watch while I raise the candle above my head and see how the light fills the room. The light is unchanging as God is unchanging. But God has come into the world and has changed it forever. Jesus is the light of the world, and this is one of the great mysteries of Christmas. card of the 3 wise men, the Magi, the 3 kings. They were so wise and knew so much about so many things that people thought that they were magic. This is where the word magic comes from. They were called Magi, and we get the word magic from that. But of all the things that they knew most about the stars. They knew where the stars were in the sky, and that told them when it was the right time to plant crops or cross the ocean. And one night they were looking up at the stars and they saw a wild star that they had never seen before, and it wasn't on any of their maps. It moved wherever it wanted to. So they decided to follow the star. They followed it all the way to Bethlehem. They started their journey before the Christ child was born, but they didn't arrive until after. It seems that the wise men are always late. They're always on their way to Bethlehem and don't arrive until about January 6th. It's kind of like us that we are always on our way to Bethlehem too. They brought gifts for the Christ child. They brought gold, because gold is what you give to a king. But this was a different kind of king. So they also brought frankincense. Frankincense was used for worship, and sometimes people still use it for prayer. Watch. First there's black smoke, and then it turns white. And it makes a scent. Can you smell it? And this is myrrh. This was not a gift for an ordinary king. This is burned at funerals. It is placed at the dead for their burial, and it's for somebody whose death is very important. Watch and see the smoke. Oh. There. Some people like one, some people like the other. They are both important as gifts to show that the king was not to be like any other kings. Now, let me change the light as we did before. I'm going to change the Christ candle. Look, it's spreading to fill the room. It's thinner and thinner. The prophet candle. And the Bethlehem candle. And the shepherd candle. The angel candle. Anywhere you go,